I'm Wes Brown, a doctoral researcher and writer exploring narrative nonfiction at the University of Kent.
I'm Sasha Bergstrom-Katz. I'm an artist and researcher working on a practice-led PhD in psychosocial studies at Berkeley.
In this co-delivered video presentation, we will discuss our experience as Chase researchers on the ACE-funded project entitled Future and Form, which is based at the University of East Anglia. Future and Form has appointed 6 creative writers and paired them with digital technology partners in order to produce new form literature. As researchers on this multimodal project, we have drawn from our different academic backgrounds in fine art and creative writing to co-write a research brief and conceive of central research questions which inform, complicate, and enrich one another's research outputs.
The placement's 2.5 days a week and has been conducted almost exclusively through remote working due to COVID. Initially, the placement was largely composed of basic administrative tasks, but we have now been included in the process of shaping the overall project and have been able to work creatively on our own related research.
The works themselves take many forms and combine elements of immersive technology, geolocative narrative, poetry and sound, and augmented reality to explore the interface between contemporary literature and creative technology.
Projects include Ayobami Adebayo's 3-channel video installation about the lives of museum objects and decolonizing the museum, Mona Arshi's eco-sound poem, activated by motion sensors placed in Klein marshes, Tosh Ah's interactive work about the process of writing and editing, Imogen Hermes Gower's investigation into history and biography, Mitch Johnson's immersive teaching tool about the climate emergency, and James McDermott's multifaceted theater experience exploring the roles of audience and writer.
We're about 6 months into this year-long project. Our research will explore how authors working collaboratively with creative technologists changes the role of the author, how these new form literatures might facilitate changes in perceptions of a literary, and how digital forms might foster greater inclusivity. We will investigate how multimodal forms of writing extend the practices of authorship and readership, consider how far the works push the boundaries of literary form, and seek to understand how audiences experience new form literature. Working collaboratively means we're bringing our own research specialisms and adapting to meet the theoretical and conceptual shifts of the works as they're developing.
We're currently creating questionnaires, focus group questions, and user testing experiences in order to understand the demographics of our audiences, as well as attitudes, behaviors, reading habits, and the impact of new form literature on audiences. We will produce an extended report on our joint research and will be presenting papers and writing articles specific to our research areas.
My research will centre on Imogen Hermes Gower's Eleanor and the notion of the expanded novel. What is a novel? How can it be understood in terms of Marshall McLuhan's theory of amputation and extension? I will question the distinction between novels and games, users and readers, and the canonical literary potential of expanded literatures, and evaluate the tradition of moral valance in response to innovation in narrativity.
My research output will look at how disciplinary lines are redrawn in this project, particularly as new formal questions have emerged in regards to spatiality, site specificity, visual and sound design, and moving image. In this way, the line between writer and the more general term artist is in question, but there seems to remain a nuanced division due to disciplinary concerns, discourse, and training and education. I'd like to focus on how these complex formal questions have shifted authorship and creative experience. Finally, I want to note how our quite different educational backgrounds in art and creative writing, respectively, has led to rich and interesting conversations between us as researchers. This has individually strengthened each of our distinct research projects and opened up new ideas of how the two creative fields can speak to one another.
Thanks for listening, and look out for more Future and Form news at futureinform.net.